Hello, friends, and welcome to Adventures in Pixieland. My name's Amy. I'm an ordained minister, and we are in Bible study. We are in the NIV, and we are in the book of 2 Kings, and we are actually picking up where we left off, which is actually chapter 23, verse 36, because the beginning part of chapter 24 just sort of blends into that, and then we are going to go through all the way through the end of chapter 24. Which is till verse 20. So let's jump in. Jehoiakim, king of Judah. Jehoiakim was 25 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem 11 years. His mother's name was Zedekiah, Zebiddah, daughter of Pedadiah, Pedai. She was from Rumah, Rumah, and he did evil in the eyes of the Lord, just as his father had done. So it's not a good start right there. Now we're in chapter 24. During Joachim's reign, Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, invaded the land, and Joachim became his vassal for 3 years. But then he changed his mind and rebelled against Nebuchadnezzar. The Lord sent Babylonian, it's got a footnote of A, or Chaldean, Chaldean, so maybe specifically Nebuchadnezzar's portion where he came from in the Babylonian Empire, because it was more than just like one country. It was an empire. He was running around conquering. Their ancestors had been running around conquering. So Nebuchadnezzar inherited a very large empire, and he could have been sitting in the Chaldean part of his empire. So he'd have to kind of decide where you think he's really from. Armenian, Moabite, and Ammonite raiders against him. He sent them to destroy Judah in accordance with the word of the Lord proclaimed by his servants the prophets. Surely these things happened to Judah according to the Lord's command, in order to remove them from his presence because of the sins of Manasseh and all he had done, including the shedding of innocent blood. For he filled Jerusalem with innocent blood, and the Lord was not willing to forgive. As for the other events of Joachim's reign and all he did, are they not written in the book of the annals of the kings of Judah? Joachim rested with his fathers, and Jehoiachin, Jehoiachin, his son, succeeded him as king. The king of Egypt did not march out from his own country again, because the king of Babylon had taken all his territory from the Wadi of Egypt to the Euphrates River. So Babylon conquered Egypt. So there would be no aid coming from Egypt for them. Jehoiachin, his, the son, king of Judah. Jehoiachin was 18 years old when he became king. And he reigned in Jerusalem 3 months. His mother's name was Nehushta, daughter of Elnathan, Nehushta, Nehushta, Elnathan, Elnathan. She was from Jerusalem. He did evil in the eyes of the Lord, just as his father had done. So just being born to a Jewish mother is not quite enough. At the time, the officers of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, advanced on Jerusalem and laid siege to it. And Nebuchadnezzar himself came up to the city while his officers were besieging it. Jehoiachin, king of Judah, his mother, his attendants, his nobles, and the officials all surrendered to him, so directly to Nebuchadnezzar. In the 8th year of the reign of the king of Babylon, he took Jehoiachin prisoner. So he left him somewhat in place because they had surrendered, so necessarily it was not like a bloodbath. But he later came in and then took the king, so he wouldn't be able to stay in that place, as the Lord had declared. Nebuchadnezzar removed all the treasures from the temple of the Lord and from the royal palace. He took away all the gold articles that Solomon, king of Israel, had made for the temple of the Lord. He carried into exile all Jerusalem, all the officers and fighting men, all the craftsmen and artisans, a total of 10,000. Only the poorest people of the land were left. Like, we can't have use for you yet, so you just stay here because you don't have skills we need. Nebuchadnezzar took Jehoiachin captive in Babylon. He also took from Jerusalem to Babylon the king's mother, his wives, his officials, and the leading men of the land. The king of Babylon also deported to Babylon the entire force of 7,000 fighting men strong and fit for war, and 1,000 craftsmen and artisans. He made Mattaniah, Mattaniah, Jehoiachin's uncle, king in his place, and changed his name to Zedekiah, 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 king of Judah. Zedekiah was 21 years old when he became king, and he reigned in Jerusalem 11 years. His mother's name was Hamuna. I wish they really wouldn't split up the names. Like, make it a word in English, please. Oh, no, sorry. It's like Hamutal, daughter of Jeremiah. She was from Libnah. He did evil in the eyes of the Lord, just as Jehoiakim had done. It was because of the Lord's anger that all this happened to Jerusalem and Judah, and in the end, he's thrust them from his presence, the fall of Jerusalem. Now Zedekiah rebelled against the king of Babylon. And that's actually leads us into chapter 25, which actually is the heading, still under the heading of the fall of Jerusalem. So if you want to know what happens in that video, you're going to need to come back for the next video, friends.